Hi, friends. Welcome to a celebrity sketch that I've been putting off for a long time. Because when people ask me, who's your favorite actor? Immediately, two thoughts logjam in the forefront of my mind. The first being Meryl Streep. The second being, you can't say Meryl Streep. Everyone says Meryl Streep. It's so cliche. You have to think of someone else. But it's the same thing that happens when someone asks me what my favorite flower is. Immediately, 100% of me says the rose, a rose that smells like heaven. And 100% of me says, you can't say a rose. Everyone says a rose. It's so cliche. Think of something else. But you really can't surpass a rose in the flower world. It's incredible. I mean, I would say perfect, but it's perfectly a being, just like Meryl. And it has thorns in there to protect it that can stick you. It has this beautiful unfolding that's sort of always unfolding until the last moment when it just bears its whole soul right there. And really representing, there's a smell that stimulates every nerve center, and it represents so many different kinds of femininity, really, kind of the divine feminine, from bud to rose hip with beautiful, pithy, nourishing rosehip oil and vitamin C. I'm sure she's got vitamin C. Anyway, this is how I see Meryl. You could say chameleon. Yeah, that much is clear. But I see her as the rose. A rose to flower is Meryl Streep to acting. So you could do differently than her, but I don't think it's possible to surpass what she does on screen and film. So it is with absolute respect that I offer this little sketch. And as those of you know who've been watching, this isn't something that I rehearse ad nauseum. This is something that I find pieces right before I'm going to do it. And this is to show my process for the beginnings of how I start to embody character. Of course, if I was really playing a person, I would spend months and months deliciously absorbing, but this is just what I can offer in a few minutes. If you haven't seen Sophie's Choice, I would say it's required viewing for anyone who's human. And this is going to be a little scene from it that won't give anything away, but it's just a tiny moment from here. Okay. And when it was over, he came up to me. I was with my husband, of course. And in front of him and all his colleagues, he said. So I like to get a little bit technical with you so that I can let you in. She's doing this incredible Polish accent. I was watching some interviews and she'd spent like 5 hours a day working on learning the Polish language. And hey, guess what? Accent is a byproduct. I chose this piece because I've read, and historically this was a bar setter in terms of if you're going to play someone from a different place than you, up your game and sound the way they do, move the way they do, perceive the way they do. And so seeing this at some kind of pivotal age in my youth, that was the bar for me. So of course I would totally dive into learning different accents and be able to do this for whoever I played. And it's really Meryl that inspired that for me. And this was one of those seminal films for me that I was like, that's what I want to do. Okay. So, holding some of this sound like in here and then here in her super high cheekbones. Oh. Zorsha, your intelligence is pulp. Pulp. I did not have any courage to say, yes, but what about the Jews? The Jewish people, but... Oh, well, that's acting.